Yes, my people, welcome back to another video and welcome back today to the Glory Hunter Challenge here on FM 26. Today I play the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final against Leganes, and then we play the game that we were supposed to play in the last episode against Sevilla away in La Liga. Now, of course, this is a massive game against Leganes. Now, yes, they are top of the Segunda Division. So they are in the second tier, which does mean that they are the league below us. But the Copa del Rey is such a big game because it is a trophy that we need to win for the Glory Hunter Challenge. So I am not going to be taking this game lightly at all. We will then play against Almeria in between, in which I will show the goals in that game as highlights, and then we will play Sevilla to round off the episode, and then the next episode we will play Leganes and Real Sociedad, and then that will get us to the Copa del Rey final, hopefully. So our lineup then today is as follows. We're going with Courtois in goal, a back four of Alexander-Arnold, Saliba, Van der Ven and Camavinga, with Tchouaméni and Jude Bellingham in midfield. Rodrigo and Yeremy Pino start on the wings, with Arda Güler, who is in unbelievable form at the minute, who's got a lot of goal involvements in his last 5 games. And then Erling Haaland, looking for his 50th goal of the season, leads the line for us today. So without further ado, let's get into this Copa del Rey semi-final and see how Leganes will be lining up for it. Okay then. So, Leganes have gone with a 4-3-3 formation here today, as they go with Juan Soriano in goal, a back four of Hefty, Lalo Aguilar, Marvel and Fran Kaiser, with a midfield three of Alberto Reina, Roberto Lopez and Carlos Guiaro, with Benjamin Paubels on the right, Duck on the left, and Miguel de la Fuente leads the line for Leganes today. This is a two-legged tie, so over 2 games you do expect us to pummel Leganes realistically. But even if we were to lose this game in one of those mental performances, the good thing about the FA Cup, the Copa del Rey compared to the FA Cup, is that there is 2 legs, meaning you can get knocked out technically like you would in the FA Cup semi-final. You could lose the semi-final, but then you have that second leg, as bloody hell the Leganes manager is fat, as Haaland intercepts immediately for Real Madrid then, as we look to book our place in the Copa del Rey, which would do me an absolute solid because we will win the league this year. As Arda Güler then cutting in, and it's just over from Arda Güler there. But no, yeah, it is looking like we will win the league. So, well, we're 8 points clear, so the league's good, as it falls to Tchouaméni and then falls to Mickey Van der Ven. But Mickey Van der Ven, the flag has gone up against him. Leganes defenders appealing for an offside here. VAR will of course check and VAR confirm the goal has been disallowed. Mickey Van der Ven was just offside. As, are we actually going to see it? As he's not actually that far off, you know. It wasn't too far away at all. As it would be lovely to get a win here and get ourselves into the final. But no, yeah, because we're 8 points clear, we're doing well in the league. I can't see us dropping 8 points, but you never know. And I can't see Barcelona winning every game from now as well, as Tchouaméni can go for goal, and that's a great save from Soriano to just tip that over the bar there. Trent with the delivery as it falls to Mickey Van der Ven. And Mickey Van der Ven does get his goal this time. He makes it Real Madrid 1, Leganes 0, and we are leading in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Haaland with a lovely flick on, and Van der Ven on the half volley to get his 6th goal of the season. He's been on very good attacking form this season, and of course he was on unbelievable form defensively last season in the Champions League final as well as Erling Haaland. From the corner, less than 10 minutes later, gets the second, and it's a goal and an assist for Erling Haaland so far here today, as he doubles our advantage as Haaland heads home to make it Real Madrid 2, Leganes 0. And if we thrash them here today, do we do the second leg? You know, do you know what I mean? Like, if we win 5-0, say, is it worth doing a second leg in a live com? I guess it is, because it's still the Copa del Rey semi-final, and it's important to show it, because it's one of the trophies that we need to win. So I am focusing on showing that this season, rather than the Champions League, for example, which we haven't seen much of. But of course, we aren't in the knockout stages yet. I imagine I will do knockout videos in each of those rounds still, like normal. There'll just be more video, like, not because normally it's a couple of videos up until that point, as Trent Alexander-Arnold then with the corner is headed away, but only as far as Rodrigo, who then finds Tchouameni, back to Rodrigo, and it's just over from Rodrigo there, as Juan Soriano can get us underway again. Is this just going to be an end of half highlight though, or is there actually some substance to it? It's hefty. Goes back to Pavels, into De La Fuente. Leganes playing some nice football here. Aguilar into Marvel. He should be really good. He's got the whole of the Marvel Avengers behind him. As Jeremy Pino then out on this left hand side for Real Madrid. Camavinga goes back to Van der Ven, and I think this has just got end of half highlight written all over it. As Duck now goes back, and the ref does blow his whistle. Not sure why we had to see that, but we go into the break. Leganes 0, Real Madrid 2. An absolutely dominant display in the first half from us, as we have that 2-goal advantage going into the second half, as Real Madrid get us underway then for the second half here. As Saliba finds Bellingham, the ball to Camavinga is on, and he finds him. And Camavinga pulls it across, and it's out for a corner. Arda Güler will take, I do believe, or maybe Trent will actually. But yeah, before I was saying, what I was saying before Trent's corner at the end of the first half was, normally I obviously do loads of videos up until the round of 16, and then it goes round of 16, quarter, semi-final. Whereas this time it will go round of 16, La Liga, quarter final, La Liga, semi-final, Copa del Rey final, La Liga, Champions League final, for example. There'll be La Liga games in between the videos, because we need to win the league. The Champions League knockouts as Rodrigo going for goal, and it's a fantastic solo goal from Rodrigo to make it Real Madrid 3, Leganes 0. And I think it's safe to say there is a very, very high chance we will be in the Copa del Rey final, which is absolutely beautiful, and you love to see it. Jeremy Pino not having a great game here, so I am actually going to bring the next Neymar on for his debut. inside forward. So there we go then. He's going to make his debut here today for Real Madrid. Arda Güler. In fact, should I put him as a 10 instead? Can he not play as a 10? Okay, cool. We'll leave you out there then. And then we'll bring Franco Mastuano on. We'll bring Trent off as well. Bring Savona on. We'll leave it at that for now. What was I saying before Rodrigo interrupted me with his fantastic goal? As Diego finding De La Fuente, and it's wide. Yeah, because we won the Champions League, so it's not a priority for the season. It has no impact on the Glory Hunter series and challenge if we were to win the Champions League this year. But obviously, the Champions League knockouts, you want to see the Champions League knockouts as the live comms. So I've got to bring them episodes to you. But I don't want to then neglect La Liga when that is a trophy that we actually need to win. So I'm not going to show you fucking Leganés and Deportivo La Coruña in the same episode. It'll be Sevilla, Valencia, teams like that. Like the teams that, technically the Villas of, or whatever, like the 6th, 4th, 5th best team in the country as Duck. Dispossessed and now Mafioso as Erling Haaland is through. It's wide from Erling Haaland. That's how is Mafioso played. Or Mateuso. It's definitely Mateuso. As Aguilar then finding Pavels into Garcia. Diego looking for De La Fuente. And Saliba misses his header. And De La Fuente should have scored. Poor positioning from Courtois. Poor defending there from Saliba. But it ends here in Leganés. Leganés 0. Real Madrid 3. So we have a lovely cushion going in to the second leg. And that will be in tomorrow's video. But for now, attention turns back to La Liga. We've got a game in between. And I will bring you the highlights for that one. And then we take on Sevilla away. So I'll see you with the highlights and the lineup that we go for to play against Sevilla. Okay then. So our game in between has been played and we picked up a lovely 5-1 away win against Almeria. Erling Haaland with a hat-trick, Arda Güler with a goal and an assist, and then Tchouaméni got the 5th. So let's go through the goals that we scored in this game then, shall we? As goal number 1 was an Erling Haaland penalty as he absolutely smashes it into the roof of the net to put Real Madrid 1-0 up here. Almeria did go down to 10 men, I do believe. Erling Haaland then made it a brace for himself as a Ribas cutting in. But Tchouaméni does really well to intercept and regain possession for us. Camavinga then driving forward, finding Bellingham, who plays a lovely ball to Yeremy Pino, who crosses it in, and Erling Haaland heads home to get his second of the game. He then made it a hat-trick in the 65th minute with Arda Güler getting himself a brace. Getting himself an assist, yet again. As Real Madrid, we keep the ball really well. Just waiting for that opening as we don't mind having the ball. And then it does come as Arda Güler pulls it back to Erling Haaland, who makes it yet another Real Madrid hat-trick. At the end of the season, I'm going to have to work out how many hat-tricks Haaland has actually scored for Real Madrid this season. Arda Güler then, the goal scorer the assist maker, of the third, makes it for himself, getting himself a goal. As Savona with the cross, and it falls to Carreras, who then drives into the penalty area, pulls it back, and Arda Güler is there to tap home to make it 4-0. Tchouaméni then, in the 90th minute, as Van de Ven heads across the box, and Tchouaméni is there to tap home and make it 5-0. Talles, however, did manage to get himself a goal and get Almeria a little consolation goal at the end, as Ballet sprinting down the right, Pozo with a lovely ball into the box, and Talles is there to head home and make it 5-1. Thought he was going to grab the ball then, which would have been very, very interesting. So, our lineup today then, as you can see, we are 8 points clear in La Liga now, and Erling Haaland has 34 goals. So, he is only one away from what I reckoned he might get. And we've still got a long way to go. So, our lineup today is as follows. We've gone with Courtois in goal. A back four of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, who comes in for the injured William Saliba, Van de Ven and Camavinga, with a midfield two of Tchouaméni and Jude Bellingham. Rodrigo starts on the right, with Yeremy Pino on the left, Arda Güler in the 10, and Erling Haaland, who is on 52 goals for the season, leads the line, where hopefully we can pick up a lovely away win against Sevilla. Okay then. Here is the Sevilla lineup that they have gone for today to try and defeat the league leaders. They've gone with a 4-3-3, as they've gone with Victor Johansson in goal, a back four of Carmona and Selmino, Salas and Pedrosa, with a midfield three of Lucien Agume, Johansson and Altozano. The wingers Juanlu and Ruben Vargas, with Isaac Romero leading the line for Sevilla here today. Yeah, he's alright. They've got a decent little team, I reckon. They're in 5th place in the form standings, as there is just confirmation of their lineup. And Selmino, of course, ex-Chelsea, which is where we came from as well, as Sevilla sit 12th place in the league. Interesting. As Erling Haaland then gets us underway for this away game in the league, where hopefully we can pick up another win and keep that gap that we have over Barcelona. Of course, because we do have to play them again, so we don't want to drop points and then lose to them and then be in a bit of a sticky situation. As Camavinga pulls it across, and Arda Güler gets the goal to put Real Madrid 1-0 up, 30 seconds in here. Erling Haaland is credited with the assist, but we all know that Camavinga is the man who deserves the assist here. He drives into the penalty area fantastically, and Haaland, I think he's tackled, but Erling, I'm sure, will claim that he set that back to Arda Güler there, who puts us 1-0 up in this game a minute in. Gets his 20th goal of the season, his 12th in the league, which is his highest ever. He's on his best season ever. He only got 30 goal involvements last season. He's already got 47 this year, with at least 15 games to go probably. There's not much happening since that opening goal in the first minute, as we actually haven't seen a highlight since, almost 35 minutes later. Are we going to see another highlight at all in this first half? We are, as Camavinga goes back to Van de Ven, who finds Bellingham. Arda Güler finding Camavinga again. Yeremy Pino now finding Haaland. Rodrigo. Real Madrid moving the ball swiftly and precisely As Alexander-Arnold now back to Rodrigo, and it's a lovely Real Madrid move. That is an absolutely outstanding goal. Sevilla couldn't even get remotely close to us, chasing shadows around the pitch, as Rodrigo plays the ball out to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who finds Rodrigo again, and it's a lovely first touch and a beautiful finish to pass it into the corner to make it Real Madrid 2, Sevilla 0. Trent Alexander-Arnold with the assist. He's had a lot this year, which you love to see. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to his best. As we come into the break then, here in Seville. Sevilla 0, Real Madrid 2. We've seen 2 highlights and they have both been goals for us. As Sevilla get us underway then for this second half. Did Barcelona play, or do we play on like a week? Do we play like... Okay, we play a game before, no worries. So we go 11 points clear of Barcelona here, but they do have that game in hand where they can keep the gap at 8 points. Agume finding Pedrosa. Alexander-Arnold, though, does brilliantly to intercept there and then find Rodrigo. Arda Güler plays the ball through to Haaland, who is in, and it's a good save from Johansson, who stops Haaland from scoring his 35th league goal of the season. He should get 40 plus this year, really. As Trent Alexander-Arnold then with the corner for Real Madrid. It's headed away, but only as far as Arda Güler, who finds Tchouaméni, and that is a beautiful Tchouaméni goal. It's really unselfish play from Arda Güler. I thought he might hit it himself when this ball drops to him. I thought here he was going to hit it, but he opts to go inside to Tchouaméni instead, who with lovely curls it past the outstretched hands of Johansson to make it Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 0. Tchouaméni's 8th goal of the season. Arda Güler then, another goal and an assist. He's up to 12 goals and 17 assists in the league this season. As, by the way, we do still have 13 games to play, so Haaland might actually get 50. He needs 15 in 13, which is very doable. And I'm going to leave him on as well, so he can try and do that. As Carreras comes on for Camavinga. Matthewsa can come on. Does Jeremy Pino need to come off? Yeah. Matthewsa can come on for his La Liga debut for Real Madrid. Savona can come on as well, as can Bruno Fernandes. As we're into the final 15 minutes then of normal time. Real Madrid being the absolutely dominant side in this game, as Sevilla haven't even looked like scoring once. They can't get near us, they can't get round us. As Bellingham finding Carreras. I'd love to know what that noise is, because it's not someone in the chat, because I'm not live. As Haaland is through, that is an absolutely, that's a joke of a finish. It's a great ball through by Bruno Fernandes. And Erling Haaland smashes home, but the goal has been disallowed. I thought he was offside. At least we get to see a replay and get to see he is offside. But we get to see that finish again. That's a joke of a finish. Unfortunately for him, it has been ruled out and disallowed, as we're into the final 5 minutes then of normal time now. As can we get another goal maybe? It doesn't look like we are going to have time. And we won't. As it ends here in Seville. Real Madrid 3, Sevilla 0. A fantastic away result there to get us another win and keep that gap over Barcelona. As attention then does turn to Alaves at home. But the next game we will be back for will be this game here against Leganés, and then we'll play Real Sociedad in the league afterwards as well. So that will be the next episode. If you don't want to miss that video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you are always notified when I upload a video. Don't forget to subscribe to the second channel. Link is in the description. It's where I post a bigger variety of gaming videos. So for those that like games, go and take a look. Don't forget to follow the Twitch. We stream daily. Our Sleaford Town save over there, and I am starting a new Twitch save and YouTube save very soon. It will be out by the time this comes out in a couple of days. So if you want to see that early, then don't forget to come to Twitch, because if you were on Twitch, you would know what save we are doing. Don't forget to follow the TikTok and the Twitter. They are both linked in the description. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for more Glory Hunter action. I'll see you there, and peace.